Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
From the Strip in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pub Crawl, where each week we struggle to recall our adventures in and around Las Vegas, giving a unique perspective on the best places to tear it up in the entertainment capital of the world. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Alicia and David. I'm here.
Hey there, and welcome to Pub Crawl, the best source of Vegas-y drinky goodness. I'm Alicia.
I'm David, and this week we did way too much. I was looking at this going, we did all this and then took a day off for Super Bowl. This is with Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we stayed at a bar the longest we've stayed in months. And
I will say, ladies and gentlemen, it's not above us to have a hangover. And it's also not above us to have a hangover 2 days in a row. That's the first time we've done that. I think I would say in our illustrious 10-year career of being the Ivies.
High five. All right.
I think that was our first double hangover.
Yeah, I had it with Super Bowl weekend, so I was like, ah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in the show, but first,
welcome the live studio audience. And welcome, as always, the live chat room.
Live chat room. If you want to get a hold of us, we're pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. Pubcrawl at vegasvideonetwork.com. We're on iTunes, audio, video. Mm-hmm. We're on YouTube, just video. Of course, you can shut your monitor off. Roku, which Super Bowl party, I was just going to have that on. But then I thought, I don't want to be the guy that's showing us, and everybody comes over for our Super Bowl party, and hey, look, there's the Ivies on TV, you know.
No.
You guys don't need to see the football game. Let's watch Pub Crawl. So we are on Roku. And the great KSHP 1400 AM Friday nights right here in wonderful Las Vegas, Nevada. Fabulous is actually what it's called.
Fabulous.
So, I'm not messing around. See, I'm kind of trying to get this moving. Do you know why?
It's time for Cocktail of the Week.
Yes! So, as I drop my little sword, and I need that. You know what? Remember these? Look, Evie, can you see it?
It's an antique.
It's a little sword. No, but this is a metal one. Now, you see these at bars all the time, the little plastic ones. This is an antique, actual little metal one, with little parts and paint on it and stuff. It came with this little set. I don't know if it's safe. I'm going to sheath it. So anyway, it's for the olives, because we're garnishing today, ladies and gentlemen, our first garnish ever. Not our first, but one of our first.
One of the very few.
We're going back part of the classics. This is as classic and as simple as a drink can be, ladies and gentlemen. The Martini.
Ooh.
We've never been so simple. Some might say pedestrian, but I would not, because this is still probably the greatest drink ever made known to mankind. The funny thing about it is...
And we are using gin?
Yes. Oh, well, because if you say martini, there is only a gin martini. A vodka martini is something completely different. And if it's an apple something or other, that's a cocktail in a cocktail glass. It's not a martini. I'm being a snob, but it's not really true. I think a vodka martini is all right. We're gin people. We're not even picky about our gin too much, as long as it's okay. The only big difference for me between gin and vodka is I like my gin stirred and I like my vodka shaken.
And usually we like a twist.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And with gin, we're not today because I didn't feel like cutting lemons, but with gin, especially if it's a good gin, I like a twist. I don't want it too bruised and too colored by what what you put in it. But anyway, simple as it gets. 3 shots.
So you're making 2 again?
Oh yeah. So yeah, you better help me out here.
So for 2, it's going to be 5 ounces of gin
So it's 2.5.
or vodka.
Right, 2.5 per drink, and whatever this is. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said?
Yes.
Okay.
1 ounce of dry vermouth.
That's a lot. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the way I like to do it, which is I'm going to do a little. These should be sitting on ice. Oh, we have a chat room question while I'm doing this.
What is the image on your shirt, David?
It's a Klingon bird of prey.
Want to know what mine is, anybody? It's a Rum Runner shirt.
From Rum Runner,
Check
one of
it
our
out.
favorite
Rum
bars
Runner.
in town.
Woo!
Yes, Rum Runner. So what I do is I take a little bit of vermouth, just that much, and put it in there.
Where are you going to dump it?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to swirl it around.
Scott?
I'm going to swirl it around in this one, and I'm going to put it in that glass right there, because we're not going to need that glass. No.
There you go.
There we go. So there it is. That's all the vermouth I want. Then I'm going to stir vigorously. And while I stir, why don't you give us a drunk term?
Okay, well, this week's drunk term is deboned.
I love that one.
You like it? You can also say de-ossified.
No, wait a minute.
That means deboned.
Is that
Same thing,
oh,
like without bones.
Okay.
So that's what happens when you've had too much to drink and you're kind of flopping around like this.
When you got no bones.
You got no bones. So you're a little flippy.
That takes me. I've seen a few deboned people in my day.
We have, and actually, if you want a very good story on somebody getting deboned, listen to the last episode of Living in Las Vegas.
Yesterday's.
Because Scott told a very good story. He's
about
waving.
Deboned could be dirty, but for those girls out there in college, you cannot be deboned.
No, you can be boned, but not deboned.
Right. So once it's
Right.
Anyway, so there we go. I stirred it for a good long time. I'm gonna pour. Oh, look how.
And if you like it shaken, just shake it really vigorously for 30 seconds or longer.
And there we go. And that's all there is to it. Except,
Finish.
Where's my little sword? Now you like yours a little dirty.
I used to like mine dirty until I went too dirty.
What? And dirty means a little bit of olive juice. So, for instance, I think I know how you like it dirty, but we've been married 10 years. See, there's a couple drops.
Yeah, that's actually good enough
Yeah,
for
just
me.
a couple drops in there. There you go.
I used to like it really dirty.
We went to a place in California.
I stuck too much in my drink and it tasted it's like brine. It was so nasty.
Let's a little quick story. We're at a place called like Zaps or Zappos. I don't know what it was called.
Zippies
or whatever. It was in
California.
Woodland Hills, California, and we just started drinking martinis. And you liked it dirty. And if you're getting started on martinis, you might want a little dirty because this is pure gin. It's just a glass.
Because I wasn't
of
really used to gin.
Right.
When I was a youth. Mm-hmm. Cheers.
So you said, "Can I get it dirty?" And she didn't really know what to do, so she brought you like a shot glass.
This is like
full.
just like a mom and pop little place.
Yeah, and it was a waitress, and she brought you a bunch of olive juice, and you went to pour it, and you poured.
I
it away.
accidentally poured too much, and it just after that.
Yeah, it was like Salt Lick.
Pretty bad.
This is wonderful.
This is lovely. It's National Margarita Day.
Oh! So without further ado,
welcome the live studio audience.
Yay!
Welcome the live chat room.
And the chat room.
Chat room.
And because it is National Margarita Day, I say we don't mess around and get right to this week's Cocktail of the Week. And we're back. There's a long break. It's been so long since you saw us.
It's been, what, 20 seconds?
It's been 20 seconds, I know.
Well, Emma.
Well, this week we have a very special Cocktail of the Week. See, if it's National Margarita Day, now we've done 2 margaritas on the show. We've done the Devil's Margarita, which is all the rage.
People seem to like it.
They do. And we've done a traditionale, or
Traditional.
There you go. This week we're going to do such a crazy curveball on it that I'm not even going to tell you what it is.
We had to bring in some big guns to do this.
Right, we had to bring in a specialist.
A mixologist.
Right. So, what we have here, he couldn't hang around because...
Not Scott, though.
It
wasn't Scott.
No. When you're this much of a specialist, you got things to do. You can't hang out. So what we're going to do is, he's going to show us how to make it, and I'm going to follow along. Probably what a lot of people do when I do it, and you follow along with me, I'm going to follow along with this guy.
So you watch us following along while we watch him, and let's see who can make the best drink.
Right. And then
And the whole world will collapse.
and we'll explain who he is and what it's all about once we get it done, because I want to get this done before I...
Okay,
All right,
are we
wait.
just going to jump in?
Yeah, I think we're just going to jump in. All right. His name is Jason, and okay, we'll get into that in a second. All right. Take it, Jason. Great.
Hello, my name is Jason Hughes, and today I'm going to be making Senor Pooh Bear. Today I am going to be showing you how to make one of my favorite cocktails. It is a margarita, but with a little twist using a little honey. We are using Davidos Añejo. It's aged for 18 months, and it is an amazing añejo. It actually brings up a lot of flavors like maple syrup, agave nectar, honey, all those wonderful flavors that you expect of an añejo. So let's start, shall we? Let's start with a mixing glass here. Go right into the agave nectar. Crucial part of the margarita being that tequila comes from agave, which is not a cactus, but a part of the lily family, which most people know, or if they don't, well, hey, you just got a lesson, right? We're going to put that down. We're going to go next with some fresh lime here. Fresh is always better, so we're going to cut that right in half. Take a little citrus peeler and give that a squeeze. Smell that lime, delicious. Now, fresh is always better. Keep it simple, keep it fresh, keep it just alive, you know? So we're going to put that right in there. Now, next we're going to move right to a honey liqueur out of the Yucatan, or a German honey liqueur called Bartender. This is a wonderful liqueur that uses honey from the Yucatan Peninsula. Now, I always measure my spirits, and usually if I have juices pre-juiced, just because it builds consistency, and I know it's accurate every time. And last but not least, I'm going to use Davidos Añejo. I got some sitting right down here already. Couldn't go without a shot first. I had to make sure that I tasted it. You got to make sure the product's consistent here, So we're going to go 1.5 ounces of this. Delicious. Delicious. Now that we got that built, we're going to shake it like it owes us 50, because times are tough, right? I love it. So I got some handy-dandy ice right down here. You always want to fill your mixing tin first with ice, then move to your mixing glass. That way it doesn't splash up on you. And that way when you're building a cocktail, it doesn't, you know exactly the level. In case you overpour or you underpour, you know you're not missing something, right? Let's go crack it. And where's my 50? God damn it. Where is it? All right, we're going to open that up, get all that yumminess out. And, of course, we can't serve a cold cocktail into a warm glass, right? So we got to add a little ice to the cocktail glass, right? Now, around this glass here, I actually have a honey powder with a smoked sea salt. Honey powder you can get at your local international market. And the smoked sea salt I got at our local Trader Joe's. Or you can get at Whole Foods or any unique, like I want to say, little coastal thing. So we can just pour that right in there. Look how beautiful that looks. Oh, delicious. Give a little room for spillage. And last but not least, as I spill it, fresh lime. Maybe I shouldn't have had that shot, huh? So we're going to use a white peeler. Let's kind of zest it right over the front there. I still smell that. And go ahead and twist that up. Oh, yeah. And place it. And once again, Senor Pooh Bear.
Professional.
Man! And we put even the little rim on there, and
The only thing we didn't get was the garnish.
Well, I use my bottled fresh lime juice. There's all these limes, but I don't have one of those squeezer things.
Or a knife.
Or a knife to cut it. But let's try this. Oh my God, that is so
very, very good.
good.
Yum, yum, yum.
Well, that's serious business.
All right.
Can we get to this? Because
think
I'm
so.
about to die.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need a cocktail of the week. whilst doing our classics, this is a definite classic, but you wouldn't think it's a classic because it's so readily used today. And we've never done this. A traditional, ladies and gentlemen, margarita.
Yes, we've done the devil's margarita.
The devil's margarita. But look at this. 3 ingredients. Tequila, triple sec, lime juice.
Easy.
Peasy. Not even close to Japanesey. More south of the Mexicani. Whatever, I don't know.
Mexicani?
So, we're going to do it. The reason we're doing this is it's kind of a theme night. We're not wearing our sombreros, but we could be because it is kind of a Mexican-ish night because of our reviews. So, do I do this in a shaker?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, I think I do. So, we're going ice.
Okay. So, if you had salt, which we forgot our salt.
You know us in garnishes.
I like garnishes, and I always have salt on my margarita.
But wait, and you know I don't. Do you know why I don't? I'm not going to lick their dirty ass glass anyway. So, when you get the ice on the margarita, everyone goes, I want salt. You're like, I'm not going to touch that.
I always lick the dirty rim.
Oh. It's a family show.
If you want salt, you're supposed to rim it with lime juice, and then dip it in salt first.
Right. There is
Your glass.
There is an easy way to do it, and you're absolutely right. You would take a lime wedge and you would go around the edge and then you dip it in the salt. But I'm not. Like I said, I don't do salt in it because I'm just going to drink it through a straw. Okay, what am I doing?
Okay, so you're making it for 2.
Yes.
So 3 ounces of tequila.
3 ounces. What's that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That was.
Was that right?
No. But I'm out of ice.
Okay, so now,
I'm out of ice, so I'm making 4. Is what I'm doing.
Okay, well now you're going to need 1 ounce of triple sec. You know how to do that now? The same thing?
No, not with an open thing. That's just because it has a little pour thing on it. Oh, I love this. Is the Contro, the good stuff.
It is.
Might have been a Christmas present from somebody out there.
Might have been.
Ah, good stuff. Don't use cheap stuff.
That's all you're using?
What? You said an ounce?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, and 2 ounces of lime juice.
Right.
That's a really, really strong drink there, my darling.
Well, there we go. It ain't fancy. It's a margarita. That's it.
Okay, shake
Stand
it.
back.
Shake, strain, and serve.
Stand back. I knew that was going to happen. It was over full.
You need tequila all over the place.
All right. Oh, can you smell it?
Yeah, it's a whole glass full of tequila.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't smell like tequila, though. Smell that.
Smells like a margarita.
It does. You know what we're missing? Chips and salsa.
Yes.
Doesn't that sound good?
It does.
Here is your unsalted rim margarita.
Easy, Scott says. That's good.
Could be sweeter. You know, some people put sweet and sour in it. We don't. This is a traditional margarita.
That is very good.
Well, there you go. We'll start with a cocktail a week.
Yeah, let's go.
Hitting the basics this week with Cocktail of the Week, which is what I started doing. I started looking through, compiled a big list of all of our cocktails of the week. A lot of them are pretty crazy. No, not the classics that we've been doing recently, but
like the bullshot?
Yes. So I thought, what about just some regular ones? So this week, ladies and gentlemen, the lemon drop.
Lemon drop.
Why not?
It's not a classic cocktail, but it's a very.
But it's a classic cocktail.
Contemporary cocktail.
Right. It's a contemporary classic. However, what that means.
Contemporary classic.
Well, but it's not it's not like a pre-prohibition cocktail. Now, ours is a little bit different. If you noticed, it's got vodka, lemon juice. We go 1/4 ounce of Contro and a 1/2 tablespoon of simple sugar. Most of the times, it's just a tablespoon of simple sugar.
Okay.
But I like the little Contro in there. Been playing with it. Been reading about it. So I like.
So did you just improvise and put the Contro in?
No, I did some research and found out that is how you're supposed to do it.
Okay. All right.
So you got to help me through here. It's a shaker, right?
Yep.
A Boston shaker for those New England fans.
Okay, so you're making 2 cocktails.
Right.
So to start, you're going to pour in 3 ounces of vodka.
Like the sound of that. I still don't know if that's an ounce. Because this is a.
That's an ounce and an ounce and a half.
I think it's maybe. Because these always do end up really heavy. So so that was probably 3 ounces right there.
Go heavy.
Oh yeah, well. Could always have a little
Won't
extra.
hurt anybody. Okay, then you're gonna do an ounce and a half of lemon juice.
Which I don't even know if we have an ounce and a half of lemon juice. I brought all we had.
Aw.
So not fresh squeezed, but well.
Well, you have enough.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, and a half ounce of Contro.
That's the good stuff. That's sugary and gets that.
Stuck shut.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Yum.
Half ounce. Orange liqueur, by the way.
Okay, and 1 teaspoon of simple sugar.
I don't have a teaspoon, so I'm just going to have to wing it.
Just eyeball it.
Teaspoon, that's the little one, right?
Yep.
Like that, okay.
Okay, now you shake and strain into a chilled cocktail glass.
All right.
And if you've had a garnish, you be a lemon twist.
Right, but you know us in garnishes.
We forget. We just forget. Shake well.
Yeah, I learned this on that bar review show, or whatever, that bar show. You gotta get your arms into it.
Shake it like you mean it.
Right. Cocktail glasses, freshly cleaned, I might add.
That's
lemon drop.
always a plus.
The lemon drop.
It looks lovely.
It does.
Okay, I can't wait to try this.
There's a hair in mine.
Well, it's not in mine.
I think it's my hair, so it's all right. Hey, that's good.
It's
Hey,
really good.
That's really good. It's not overly sweet.
Garnish with the hair.
Garnish with a hair. We do garnishes.
All right. Well,
But now I
think
get
it's
this
time.
whole mass of stuff over here for a well-known yet complicated cocktail of the week.
Let's go.
Now, you've all heard of it. You maybe have all had one. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm going to learn to become one because it's a kind of a breakfasty thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on Cocktail of the Week, it's a Bloody Mary. Woo!
Yay!
Look at all the stuff. Tomato juice, vodka,
I like
lemon
that
juice, Worcestershire
Worcestershire.
sauce, celery salt, ground pepper,
To line 'em
hot
up.
pepper sauce taste. I just out of
wow.
to be cool, I always want to say it properly. It's Worcestershire sauce, not Worcestershire, even though that works too. All right. Now the way I watched them do it in New Orleans is at the bottom of the glass, pre-ice,
Can you see the glass here?
they would put some pepper.
Spices.
Oh, and I'm gonna need that. Put some pepper, some celery salt, which just tastes like celery to me, but I guess that's the whole point. A dash or two. How much? What am I doing here with the?
A dash.
First, huh?
Yeah, to kind of get it.
Kind of muddle it up.
Yeah.
1 dash of Worcestershire.
I like Worcestershire sauce. I really do. It tastes like steak to me. Because when I was a kid, I used to put it on steak. A1 was expensive. All right.
What about the hot sauce?
Ooh, and now hot sauce. Dash. But we like it pretty hot. This is a new hot sauce that we're trying.
Hot pepper sauce to taste.
We got it it's Mancini sauce.
We got it in an Italian mart.
Right.
It's Al Mancini sauce.
It's Al Mancini. We wouldn't put that in a drink.
We just squeeze them really hard. And it comes out.
Well, they have those. They have the juicers. They have the lime size, the lemon size, and the Mancini.
The Mancini size, right?
Size.
It's pretty weird. Like,
It's like a wheelbarrow. And all right, then we'll put some.
and you're just kind of swirling it there.
I'm just swirling it around, just to kind of mix up because there is solids in there. I mean, there's pepper and celery salt. How much lime juice?
Okay, it looks
Lemon juice.
like half an ounce of lemon juice
That's a lot.
in each glass.
It's about that. That's a half a shot. That's good.
Okay, then you need 3 ounces of tomato juice.
Now, before we do that, now I'm going to go ice.
Oh,
Because I just want to get this cool little shot of goodness in there. In fact, looks like one of our bull shots from episode 2.
oh man. That's probably one of my least favorite drinks we've ever made.
Mine was.
Or the Pisky Wickle, I don't know.
Watch it.
In retrospect.
Right.
I never craved that. I never crave a Pisky Wickle.
So we're doing like an ounce and a half of this. Like,
yeah,
like
ounce and a half of vodka.
Like we mean it. And that's looking pretty good, I might say. And then we're going to top it off with some V8 juice, because
3 ounces of tomato juice.
which is the same difference to me. How many calories is that?
We're not counting tonight.
No, we're not. No, and this isn't bad anyway. The whole can's only 30. Yeah,
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's only 30. So that'll be mine.
And if you're fancy,
Which
a garnish.
we're not.
You can have like a pickle garnish or
Supposed to do a celery.
celery.
But
I've seen some pretty crazy garnishes.
well, in New Orleans, they do the hot, the spicy beans.
Oh yeah.
Which are really
yeah,
cool.
the spicy string beans.
You know what I got to admit? That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
You know what the secret is? I think is Worcestershire, but not too much. I've watched people. We were at Toby Keith's Bar and Grill, and they make
Sweet.
things in mason jars. Now they should have a rule like
I'm
we will
going
not
spicier.
make you a Bloody Mary in a mason jar,
No, that's
because
just
that's
gross.
literally like a whole can of tomato sauce, tomato juice. But they put like literally a shot of Worcestershire in that. I was watching them make it. But that's a lot of Worcestershire. This is really good. And remember, the most important thing. We may leave stuff out, and I know we did this week. But we do not make stuff up. Until next week with a better drink.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.